Shall we do a little role play? So, Liam, let's say I've come in to meet you for my session.
Yeah.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Eli.
Nice to meet you, mate. How are you?
Yeah, really, really good. I have some money that I don't know what to do with, so that is why I'm here today.
Okay, excellent. I know you don't know what to do with it now, but do you have any idea what you may need money for in future?
I'm thinking maybe at some point before I turn 40, which is 5 years away, 5 and a bit years away, I want to go on like a 2-year trip with my partner, maybe do a nice trip around the world and just not have to worry about earning money, I guess, during that time.
Okay, excellent. Yeah. And do you have a rough idea on how much that might cost?
I mean, I would say maybe like $80,000 to do 2 years overseas.
Right, awesome. And what have you got at the moment to sort of put into that pot?
In terms of my savings account?
Yeah.
I have about $8,000.
$8,000. Okay, great. So we've got a starting point, we've got an end point. If you were to invest that money for, say, the next 5 years, how would you feel if it dropped, say, 20% over the course of a year?
I think I would feel my stomach drop.
Yep.
And I would try not to look at it.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, fair enough. What about 10%? So, you know, you got $8,000 in there. Let's call it 20,000 because we're building, we're trying to get towards 80.
Yeah.
$20,000 in there and it dropped 10%, 2,000.
I think I'd feel a little bit more comfortable with that. I think I think I would see that as a natural thing that could happen.
Yeah. And would you? So bearing in mind that as well as having this money invested, we're also going to have to contribute some along the way, because the investment returns, although I'd love them too, they're not going to get you all the way there by themselves. So if your fund was, say, down 10% and up and down, bubbling, but not really recovering just yet, would you still feel, do you think, comfortable continuing to contribute?
Yeah, I think I would.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have any sort of rationale for that, why you'd think that was a good idea?
Well, I guess I just know that if it's sitting in my bank account, I will spend it on something. So it's the idea of putting it anywhere that it's not immediately accessible to me is probably good for me in terms of discipline.
No, fair enough. It's also a good opportunity to buy sometimes, right, when markets are down, because as long as you're buying good quality assets, which is what we look to have within a fund that you invest in, you can be getting those assets on sale, so to speak. So that's another good way to kind of convince yourself to contribute when things are a bit more volatile. Yeah. Okay, great. So we've got an idea of what sort of downside tolerance you're comfortable with. What do you think you'd be able to contribute every month or quarter to the fund?
Oh, I think I'd be able to hopefully contribute about $1,000 a month, I reckon.
$1,000 a month?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. And do you think you'd like to, begin this trip in 5 years, or is that when you'll sort of start booking and things? Because I'm thinking you might need some funds out, perhaps a year out, to start booking flights and itinerary and things like that.
So maybe that would be 4 years.
So sort of you'll need some funds in 4 years, but potentially the actual spending money 5, 6 years from now on. Okay,
yeah.
Excellent. Well, that's a lot for me to go on. What I would normally get you to do is also a brief sort of questionnaire, which builds on that downside tolerance that you've just mentioned to me. So, you sort of think 20% downside will be a bit too much, 10% you might be comfortable with. It'll ask you some more questions along those lines. There's no right or wrong answer, they're multi-choice. So nice and easy. Yeah, takes about 5 minutes, and I'd add that to the information that I've just taken from you. So we've got your starting balance, we've got your goal, we know you can put $1,000 in a month, and from there I'd be able to come back to you for our next chat with a fund that I think is most appropriate for your goal, your time frame, and your risk tolerance, and I'll be able to project what that could look like in, say, 4, 5 years. And then hopefully we're on track, but potentially I might need to say, look, do you think you could perhaps increase those contributions a little bit more? Do you think there might be a chance that you'll have a lump sum you could chuck in at some point? And we can kind of work through a model together. And the idea is that by the end of the second session, we have a plan for you that's going to mean you actually are going to go on that holiday in 5 years' time. Wow.
Oh, it was a pretty good role play.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Sorry that you had to be in the room for it. I don't know if that was...
I mean, I should have offered coffee.
Yeah.